And we are live. We did it.
Welcome.
Hello,
We made it.
He's back.
We're all
it's
back.
me. I've returned to life.
We did.
Turns out after the savage beating that I received at the hands of Derek, I was only mostly dead. I was sticking
Rare
around.
miss.
Was sticking around because of gambling debts. Yeah, it's good to be back.
And now that we've completely gone off the rails, it's finals
That's
time.
what Miracle Max says.
Yeah, so Bobby has fixed the finals to be 4 combo decks.
Bobby, I trusted you.
I could not be. Okay, I could be happier with the finals pod composition, but it'd be pretty hard for me to be happier. Like,
Yeah, these are all the greatest hits right here.
yeah, like if you just like go to Bobby's Moxfield folder, it's just like these decks. So it's pretty great. Yeah, so let's take a quick look, kind of go over them, talk about what they're playing. We've seen these decks before. We know what they do, so we don't have to spend a whole bunch of time dwelling on them for Alk's sake. But
yeah, like last round we saw Vol and Ancient of the Shadow Thieves, so that's still fresh in our minds. We're looking to untap, tap, untap, tap, untap, tap over and over again. Pump the mana into something like Bloodright Invoker or a Secret Door or whatever outlet, and win the game that way.
Yeah, Secret Door, Vampire Opportunist, Third Path Savant, Bloodright Invoker.
Yeah,
chunk of them.
What do you make of these two? There's two Gretchen decks. Spoiler alert. What do you make of the differences between the two here? Because one of them I noticed has compulsive research, and the other one does not.
All right, so let's take a look here. So, knowing Jonathan, X really LYL, however you pronounce that, he's trying to go for faster. I'm trying to do the thing fast. I mean, this list looks very close to what I play. It's just lots of protection. Maybe some, I don't know, not completely the same, but it's running all of the land enchantments, even some of the, like the one that taps for double green. So it's just all in on redundancy, getting things down ASAP. I think no Lotus Petal, so not going super crazy, but playing Quirion Ranger. Yeah. So there's some interesting ones in there. And then looking at Carnathian's list, view, visual.
This one
grid.
seems more traditional to me.
Yeah, this seems like. So this is still on the Strider Harness plan. So this is probably very close to like Puzzle's list as written right now. It has Weather the Storm. So there's a Moment's Peace. So those are some kind of duds for this matchup in the finals. So whereas Jonathan's is playing both.
He's got Weather.
Well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, some anti-aggro stuff that won't come up too much. But yeah, this looks more like Puzzle's list, if not card for card close to it. And Jonathan's is, a slight variation on that. So
this is a proxy for you versus Puzzle.
I mean, you can say
and
that. And
whichever one wins is reflects directly on the corresponding one of you.
I mean, one of us won a PDH tournament and one of us didn't. So, that's
true. One of you won a PDH tournament, the other one won an EDH tournament.
Yeah, so we're talking that's apples and oranges, right?
Apples and oranges, that's right, yeah.
So
and then we got Malcolm Breaches. This is just like pirate combo. I don't think there's anything too spicy or flashy in here. It seems pretty straightforward. It's got the Ophidian Eye for the curiosity stuff, like drawing a bunch of cards off of something like Erebor Flamesmith or Firebrand Archer, etc.
Yeah. Yeah, and now, actually running some pirates too.
Yes, a few. Talos Explorer, one of my favorites.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we were just talking about Talos Explorer earlier tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Especially in like a combo pod, just access to the information is really, really valuable. It looks like he's on a Gitaxian Probe as well, which I like.
Yeah, it's a. Sorry, I'm pulling up I'm getting the stream ready, but yeah. So definitely more Lots of cantrips. I mean, this is Breaches instead of Ketis, so we've seen more Ketis in the past than Breaches.
Right.
Breaches wants to do kind of like stormy type of stuff too, in addition to like the normal wins, because it can kind of storm off using other people's decks, which is kind of nice. Um, and it'll be really nice against these combo decks that all have similar cards that, as opposed to aggro decks. Like,
Right.
you get to draw the cantrips, draw more protection. Like,
Yeah.
these are
Yeah, like the Ketis deck is really good at just like catapulting you ahead on mana,
Yeah.
and this one just gives you more cards if you want them.
Yeah. So this is normally it's normally a slower compared to Malcolm Kedis, but it has a lot more of a control-y like backup plan. So yeah, and then we Landy didn't lose at all during the day. Had a bye round 1, and then 2 wins. So definitely, may be the next unscathed champion. So
Yep.
we'll have to figure out what to do that isn't a treasure token again. But
And I was just gonna say, like, the important discussion we need to be having is, imagine each of these decks winning. What token are we gonna create to represent that deck? Like Malcolm, I think can't win because we already have a treasure token, and having second one would be boring.
I mean,
So
it makes clues. It has like deduce probably, so it makes
If
clues.
it were up
you
to
know?
me, I would do like for example, if I was playing Gretchen, I would make a Gretchen copy token for when I make copies of Gretchen.
You got to make the
yeah.
incubate token for what is it?
Oh,
The
the
blighted burgeoning.
Blighted burgeoning.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
Incubate for blighted burgeoning.
I don't know.
What does Vel make?
That is a great question. Give me 1 second here.
Show me
Vel.
Val's tokens.
Val copy token.
Val copy token. It's just a +1/+1 counter from Shadow Thieves.
we can make dungeons for secret.
Oh.
Or we can make a decayed zombie from Rotten Reunion.
I do need some decayed zombies.
Yeah, so this will be
My money here is on Val. I want to see Val take this down.
I'd be super excited to see that. I know Tony's been playing this for a while. So yeah, I'd be happy with any of these winning. So there's that. I just want a good game, right? Take the unbiased approach. So, but yeah, it looks like players are resolving mulligan. So we'll pull that up in here in just a second, and I'm gonna make the poll. So let us slowly move on over there. But what are you guys' thoughts on how this is gonna play out based on who's sitting where?
I think that Malcolm in Breaches is really well positioned because it can be a lot more proactive with Malcolm in generating mana. I think that just like chipping in for damage, it's like a good plan B. Particularly like once you deploy Breaches, it has menace. It's going to be tough to block without sacrificing anything of value because all the creatures in these decks perform very specific purposes. So I don't think you're going to get a lot of resistance there. I think like Malcolm has a lot of axes of attack here that work really well for it.
What say you, Aquadron?
First I say thank you, Magus of the Jank, for the subscription, and thank you for Too Much Do for the tier 1 subscription. It's awesome. I don't. Malcolm on seat 1 is giving me trauma flashbacks. I need this game to last longer than 3 turns.
All right, so you're okay with the solid turn 4 win though.
I need Tonus Balonus to get at least 4 untaps. I ask for so little.
For everyone else at home watching along, the prediction poll is live, so go gamble your channel points away.
I'm betting on Val.
You get to do a whole bunch of cool things with your points, such as and including highlighting your messages. So, I mean,
hey,
it sounds like
when I bet on the last game and it ended in a draw,
everyone got their points returned. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You should make an option that just ends in a draw. Not for this game, but I mean for the other games.
Yeah. have that. I just want to see people win points on the draw. Going live with the finals of Sanctuary Open 5. Come watch along. All right. So now you say who you think will win, and Alcadron clearly wants Val to win. Derek, do you have a favorite horse in this race? Like when you're pulling for versus what you think will win?
I would like to see Tony Baloney take it down.
Yeah. That's fair.
I'm sure you mean Tonus Balonus.
They are one and the same.
No.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Never mind.
Spoilers.
Tony Baloney.
I can't read. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name.
It's okay.
All right. They are who's still I think they're all good. So we'll see
See what happens.
All right, here they go. They're off to the races. So Island Pass. The cool thing is that means it can only be so crazy on turn 3. So
That's true.
you're safe for now, Alc.
Ooh, Path of Ancestry.
I do love being safe.
All right, so we're just going around playing our lands here. You know, turn 1 sorts of things, but
Ooh,
urban burgeoning. So it's just a 1 mana aura going to untap the land on everybody's untapped step.
Erosium, do you have any ideas on when you'll do Sanctuary 6? The plan is to try to do it every other month. July is a little hectic, so I'm trying to figure it out with some events going on. But I should have an announcement on that date here soon.
If you end up pushing it back to August, make sure you avoid the 17th.
Yeah,
17th is no good.
I'll be somewhere that day too. So
Yeah, I'm really counting on it.
All right, so we got a relic here. Relic it's good against certain combo lines.
Nah, this is a cantrip on waiting to be activated.
Yeah, I'm trying to go through my head, like see if there's anything that plays out the graveyard, but I don't think that's relevant here. And then we got a Path of Ancestry, Cat's Gretchen, get a Scry. Get Gretchen down early, no reason not to.
Yeah, let's just start drawing cards.
Mm-hmm.
I heard drawing cards is fun.
Yep. Gonna ramp a little bit.
Yep. A rock from Tonus.
Yep.
John's just gonna play the land right off the top of his deck.
How do you know it was there? Probably cheating, right?
Yep.
Definitely. I mean, that's kind of what Simic decks do, right? Just
Not
cheat
mine.
all the way down.
Yeah,
Just these ones.
That's how you
These
win.
ones.
You cheat because you're playing blue cards and green cards.
That's part of the cheating.
All right. We got Felwar Stone, so we're just ramping here. Classic stuff. Nuts and Bolts, Magic the Gathering. So we got 3 mana left.
Yeah,
Gonna use all of it. Get Malcolm on the board.
Yeah, this is a great pod to just run out Malcolm because they can't do
Yep.
anything about it. Like,
Yeah.
Gretchen doesn't play removal, and Tony plays some removal, but I don't know if you just throw it out this early on a Malcolm. It's
Yeah,
tough.
maybe. I mean, really, you just want to get the treasures going. Just start generating treasures.
Liam with a very helpful response to Erosium in the future on when Sanctuary 6 happened. Thanks, Liam.
Not in the past.
That's fact.
Not in the present.
I spot no lies.
Accurate.
Lay
That's good.
Druid from Carnathian.
Tap Mystic Sanctuary. It's not great, but
Oof.
Dead Prism. Okay. I like that.
What are we doing with the interesting.
We're ramping.
We're storing
It's
mana.
it's plus 2 mana next turn. Or whenever you need it, just cash it in.
I guess.
We got a hater over here.
Yep.
No, I mean
Classic.
I've used Pented Prisms like when I'm going to like proliferate it, or like it's part of a combo line in Gilderbaron.
Yeah.
I don't honestly. I think it's kind of a bad card. It's just like
Respectfully,
I,
this is why he's in the finals and you're not.
Yeah.
this is probably true. Maybe it's not a bad card. Maybe I'm a bad card.
Yeah, we got an overgrowth from Jonathan on a
Yeah.
forest. That forest makes so much green mana.
So much
It's
green mana. No
once
blue, though.
well, once he gets one more aura on it, he's going to be activating Gretchen every turn.
Which is pretty good.
4 times the cycle, which is very, very powerful.
Yeah.
You know what more
Who's
people should
got
play?
the
One fully
Sinkhole?
acid moss.
I just want Reckless Fireweaver Trickery Charm right here, right now. Let's do it. Let's do the thing.
Wouldn't that be something?
I.
Because it's a turn 4 win. It's
Uh,
fine, Dave. It's not turn 3.
uh,
Yeah, no one's got blue mana up except for Tony, I guess, with that Pentad prison that we disparaged so heavily.
Yeah, that's going to be the thing that saves this game.
if he hadn't cast it, he would still would have had the same amount of blue mana up.
Yeah, this is definitely what I
Alright.
want to see. Just get breaches down and you have the whole thing going here.
I don't know who you
Yeah,
attack.
just
You
start-
probably attack Tony.
It's kind of irrelevant where you start.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of like cards you.
Yeah.
Ew, hitting that growth chamber is not bad.
Oh, yeah. Get that out of here.
Gone forever. Oh, playing it hot.
Very nice.
We're rugged pirates now.
That's right. Taking a Magic Carper ride.
I'll be back in one moment.
Forest here. We got 1 untapper, 4 mana. So 5 total, 6 cards in hand. We really just want to see like an aura, like get that train rolling.
I had a friendly spider looking at me. So
Clever Conjure, so another untapper.
Two untappers. Nothing exciting to untap here.
No. Although I do like Clever Conjure being a 2/3. It's
you can untap
more relevant than you think.
You can untap the other untapper.
Yes.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, here's Vol.
We got Vol online. Four cards in hand. Jonathan is 1 aura away from doing a lot of Gretchen activations.
There's
Did it.
that.
There it is.
So Gretchen's going to be doing a lot now.
Yeah.
Now I just want to see the cleansing wildfire.
I want to see the other Gretchen player cast 1 fully acid moss.
That would be pretty sweet.
I got
Gretchen
bad
on
news.
Gretchen violence.
I got bad news.
I'd also be okay with a
Serene Heart.
boomerang.
I got bad news for you on lots of things. There are no cleansing wildfires. There are no Moon Valley acid mosses. So
It seems like oversight.
You know, Bobby, it costs you nothing to just let me have my dreams.
Oh look, Landy was able to find.
Oh, he got the stomach growth chamber.
Very nice. So untapping with a lot of mana. Chip, get him in there. So now we're getting 2 treasures a turn. We're exiling 2 cards. You know, it's that GIF, the it's free real estate GIF.
Free real estate.
Yeah, this is all just free.
spreading the love around.
This looks like 3 to Jonathan and 2 to Tony. So they're each gonna exile.
Oh,
Freed. There we go.
That is
Wow.
Unfortunate.
Ripping the combo piece right off the top.
And as long as he continues to hit lands, it's just like free. Got a forest. Got
I
a
wonder
freed.
is this Malcolm deck on the like freed combo plan too?
I don't know, but I would probably not cast the freed. Well, is there a way that he can get it from his graveyard?
So, fun fact, he's actually on Viridian Longbow. So he could use Tony's Freed to combo off.
Okay, I would if that's how this game ends with Malcolm. Okay, no, we're gonna exile Freed.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's safer to exile it. I mean, just because if you play it on Malcolm, Malcolm dies, it goes to his graveyard, and
I mean, if it gets countered, it
out.
also goes to yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's just safer to just let it stay in
Or
exile.
I mean, it could get Echoing Truth right back into Tonus's hand.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, leaving it in exile is the correct play here. I think for sure.
If that got to happen, it would be.
I would
Sure.
be 0% mad about that kind of combo win. That sounds amazing.
So we're gonna sacrifice a treasure and demand answers here. Draw 2 cards. So Bobby, what does Vol do now without the Freed?
You still have 2 other copies of
Oh,
it.
you still have the Graph Mage, right? And
You have Graph Mage and
Galvanic
Alchemist.
Okay, so there's still some good stuff going on there.
Yes, these are now the ones you have to work harder for. So
Right.
you have to
Yipping
get Val a
creatures.
little bigger, but that's what Agent's for. So
Okay.
They're also the ones that you can get with Wizard Cycling.
it's true.
Oh, Gretchen activation. Sure. But no land. Interesting.
Missing land drops.
I mean, it's not gonna be a big deal because he's just gonna do it every turn. But interesting that he doesn't have any more lands. Certainly something to be aware of. Now you know that like whenever he plays land off Gretchen, it's one that he drew off of Gretchen, not one that he had in his hand.
Or he's just fooling you. This is all
It
part
could
of
be
the
it.
con.
It could be it. I am not an expert Gretchen player by any stretch. I'm not savvy like that.
You too can join the club.
Can I put a ranker on Gretchen and attack?
You could. I wouldn't
rather do
advise
that.
it, but you could.
I'd rather do that.
Can I put a Lignify on Gretchen and attack?
Please don't. You
I'm
could,
gonna.
but please don't.
Can I put a Lignify on your Gretchen and attack into it?
Only if it's something that kills Gretchen.
Okay, I'm just taking notes.
I'm gonna put a Rancor on a Time Elemental and attack.
Oh, and High Tide.
Oh, we might be.
Oh,
We might
here
be
we
going
go.
for it here.
Only got 1 island though.
Only 1 island on the High Tide. What?
That's all you need. You get to untap it
but
twice.
that's all you need with a Freed.
Right.
And you get to untap it
That's
twice.
true.
So
No one else has untapped islands that are gonna tap for extra now.
yeah, Jonathan
Interesting.
has 1
Okay.
blue mana. Malcolm Breaches has plenty of blue mana though.
What are we doing with?
I like how Landy went and found a Simic growth chamber, but couldn't be asked to go get a forest.
No, thank you.
Not into that.
That's a bridge too far. All right, High Tide. What do we got? All good things start with High Tide, as
The edge of my seat.
the lovely and talented Mentir is fond of telling me.
Okay, High Tide resolves.
Sure.
Scooby says,
Blue,
Blue, green.
we might see a
Green.
sinkhole.
It's important.
Scooby wants to know if we can put all that glitters on Gretchen and then attack. And Scooby, I think yes, as long as you control
Transmute
0 other
Drift.
artifacts or
Yeah.
enchantments.
So we're going for free pretty clearly.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Should have clever conjured the island before doing anything else, but
Yes.
that's okay. We'll see if it comes back to haunt him. The sorcery speed clause on that card is a bummer.
Yeah, you really need to be careful when you sequence with that card.
I mean, I think if it didn't have that, it would be a 4-mana spell, and I think it's better this way.
Right,
But it is something you have to be careful about.
Yeah.
All right, we got Freed in hand, and we have
We get freed and counter magic. You'll love to see it.
love is a real strong word for boring, samey Gretchen Freed combos.
Man, you're right. I just hate winning.
It sucks.
Okay.
I know, Alk. You're sad that the scratching isn't gonna like kill itself somehow.
Tap an island. Here we go.
Man, again, I would have. Ugh, I don't know. I don't like. That was a really, really vulnerable spot right there,
Mm.
with no blue floating. Oh no, no, no! Please don't! Please don't! Oh no! Don't do it yet. Think about it. Oh no! Defenseless against this.
Tapped out.
So anything plays. Any removal spell counter magic. Yeah, Tony's not wasting any time.
Negate.
Gonna negate the freed.
I just hope there is nothing in hand to stop this. Nope. That's
Nope.
not how that
Nope.
works. Nope.
Nope. Nope.
Mm-mm.
Nope. Nope.
Nope.
Don't you dare.
Nope.
Judge.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh no.
Oh, now he's reading the card. No. Oh, that feels bad.
And this is why you sequence differently. That's a bummer.
Yeah, you really gotta float that mana first.
Yeah, I don't know. As far as like reading the card mishaps, this one does rival when EB Shiny
Oh,
put his Pili-Pala in the
yeah.
graveyard when it had 4 toughness to a lightning bolt.
Yeah.
This feels that bad.
Yeah. I mean, who's to say if it would have gotten past everyone else in priority 2?
Sure.
But yeah, like, ugh. Ugh, ugh, ugh.
Yeah, you hate to see it. But I think Carnathian. Oh no, it's Zirlo that's on Revive the Shire, so I don't know if he has a way to get this back.
Not really. No, there's a reclaim, I think, but
Oh, sure. Yeah, there is. Okay. So we're playing to reclaim, basically.
but you also have to get something that taps for more mana because you were all in on the high tide plan.
Yep.
So
I don't think reclaim is gonna work through that relic of progenitus. It's just
Likely
hanging
not.
out. That seems like it's not gonna get there. Tonus has given us the Agent of the Shadow Thieves, and we're gonna send Vol on an adventure to punch someone in the teeth.
Probably up to Landy if I had to guess.
yep, it looks that way.
Yeah, I think you can pump the brakes on killing Carnathian right now.
Yeah.
I would be hitting the gas pedal on killing Jonathan right now.
Yeah, Jonathan looks
This-
pretty scary. Jonathan also has Hydra form as a way to win. So
Right. I saw that.
Jonathan does need his land to tap for an additional blue, which it's not doing right now. So, but I mean, just drawing 3 extra cards
Yeah,
a turn.
17
cycle.
land auras, so whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, and he's drawing four, yeah, just insane amounts of cards.
There's the Blighted Burgeoning
That can enable it.
starting to
Yeah,
Starting to
incubate
make me-
2. And now this thing makes 2 blue, 2 green, 2 blue, 3 green.
So much mana.
That's a ton of mana. Mizu said high tide always leads to good things.
Not there, it didn't.
Casual tap for 5.
Yeah. Like you do.
If Gretchen wins, we can make a mana counter.
That's true.
I love those.
What do I want with a mana counter?
To track all
checking
your
floating
blue and
mana.
green floating mana when you're doing stuff like this.
I guess I do need to track my floating green when I tap Cradle Clear Cutter for like 13 mana several times.
Okay, so
Exactly.
yeah. See, so you have a use for it.
Alright. I'd rather have an Incubate token. I would use that in a Furnace Gremlin deck.
Now we're gonna start loading up this land. Then
What's
counter
better
on
than
Voyage
one
Crusader?
one giant land, 2 giant lands.
Yeah, let's put Jonathan in a decent spot where he can't be attacked by breaches anymore, which is fine, but not like a major consideration, I think, right now.
I mean, Malcolm's still gonna beat face.
Yeah, Malcolm's still gonna do it.
And considering you want to split up the damage,
Isn't Voyaging Satyr a 2/3 now? You can get attached, Malcolm.
Malcolm has wings.
It flies.
I'm sorry, breaches.
But the incubate token we get, like, there's ways to block now that weren't there before.
Yeah.
Sure.
Earthing is
Combat, turn him sideways, obviously.
Love
Easiest
that.
attacks of my life. It's got like
that's a few
7
cards.
in hand at least, yeah.
He's making his land drops every turn from other people's decks.
And casting other people's spells, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, resolves. Gonna flip some cards.
Alright, who did the...
Carnathian took breaches. Malcolm to Jonathan. Land. Another free forest.
This is actually base green pirates.
Yeah. Splash red for Malcolm.
Yeah. Okay, it's playing another forest.
Are we gonna do anything else?
All right, the audience has spoken, and they're split evenly between Malcolm and Val as their picks for the win. So we got some Gretchen haters in chat too. You can commiserate with.
I appreciate that.
All right, what are we doing here? That's a pinger. Erebor Flamesmith.
Yep.
I love a good Flamesmith.
But not an artifact one, so we're okay.
I mean, I don't mind storming off and casting spells from my opponent's decks.
This is the kind of Malcolm combo that I actually really enjoy. You know, if you can flip this Flamesmith into a pirate, then every time you cast a spell, you gain 3 treasures and exile 3 cards.
Yep.
And if one of them is an instant or sorcery that costs less than that 3 mana you generated, then you can just do that
Profit.
again and keep going.
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
keep
that's cool.
drawing 3.
Yeah. And it's not a deterministic combo, but it is usually enough. So
Yeah.
and like what's cool about that in a pod like this is like the spells you cast don't have to resolve. So like you get those treasures and you get that damage on a cast trigger if you're casting someone else's, like, I don't know, opt. And then if off of that opt you draw someone's negate, you can cast their negate countering their opt and just keep the pattern going, because you don't care
Yeah.
about those spells, you just care about the cast triggers. So like counter spells continue the process, which is pretty sweet, honestly.
For sure.
I very briefly had a Malcolm Breaches deck built, and I thought it would be fun to do that with like a Thermo Alchemist.
It is fun to do that with Thermocus.
I believe it. I actually never got a chance to do it because I built the deck and then COVID happened, and I decided I didn't want to try to, like, my entire deck was just pirates. Like it was, I thought it was going to be very casual. I was just going to do pirate things. And I thought it was going to be really, really obnoxious to try and steal other people's cards over spell table.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So after just
It
not
is.
playing that deck
Can
for like 2
confirm.
years, I just took it apart. Partly because I didn't want to deal with that, and partly just because I was like, oh wow.
I think one of the
Matt-
first non cockatrice games I played was playing this deck, Malcolm Breaches, and then having all my opponents just watch me cast their spells over and over again while like having to awkwardly navigate that we are all playing on different webcams.
Yeah,
It was a treat.
like that combined with the fact that I hate trying to build casual versions of otherwise competitive decks. And like when I put it together, it was not, well, it didn't have a reputation as like this threatening top tier tournament winning competitive deck. And 2 years later, after like basically never playing it, it did have that reputation, and I was like, this is not worth it to keep. So the deck is gone.
Just continuing to kind of develop here. Tony plays, if Forward Stone attacks, the counter on Vol. Meanwhile,
Jonathan flips his incubator into a creature.
yeah, I'm still drawing a card on every player's turn.
It's pretty neat.
Hasn't been playing lands though. Not that he needs to necessarily, but it's just interesting.
More mana than could ever possibly think about.
Yep. Activate Gretchen, float a mana. Oh, there's land. Untap. Do it again.
Mystic Sanctuary with an empty graveyard.
Target nothing.
Fail to find.
Quirion Ranger. Neat.
Good one.
Now, Jonathan's going to get to draw 2 cards every turn.
Just don't bounce the forest that has all of the auras on it.
You can't tell him what to do.
That's true. It's not what I would do, but.
So much mana floating. I love it. Jonathan still gets his land drop for turn, which is this forest, if needed. Assuming it just doesn't go and play off of this Gretchen activation, but.
Right. Just drawing a million cards. Million cards.
It's just Simic things.
Yeah.
What's he thinking about?
Thing about drawing 100 cards is it makes it tough to make easy decisions.
Yeah, I mean, you're putting a land into play. There's not a lot of thought there.
It's really hard, dude.
Oh, just decided to not put a land into play for some reason?
Gonna snap.
Okay.
Gonna keep.
What are we snapping, though? Quirion Ranger, maybe? Just keep the train going?
That would be the Albert Einstein play.
Bray, I believe you missed the first person attempting to go off already, so it's not quite what happened, but it did not work out.
They weren't necessarily beaten up and left in a dark alley. They were like slipped on a banana peel.
Yeah, that they left out.
Right.
Tripped on their shoelace or whatever.
We appear to be still doing
Degenerate
Malcolm things. There's a Juniper Order Ranger. It's another land untapper.
Juniper Order Druid.
Sure, that one.
Juniper
Is the Ranger
would be
the
way cooler. Yeah.
is the
And
Ranger
illegal.
the commander, the Selesnya thing that puts counters on
Yep.
guys?
Yep. Persist enabler,
Yeah.
or makes your guys just bigger or whatever. But
That was one of the only legal combos in PDH when I started back before P Drake got a downshift.
All right, ship back to Malcolm after what seems like an eternity of drawing cards and playing lands.
We got Malcolm, but no breaches.
the cool thing is we get to do that every end step. So. Yeah, Jonathan needs to be dealt with right now. Whoever can do dealing with needs to start doing it.
Yeah, whoever deals with stuff.
We got a job for whoever deals with stuff.
So we're not going to cast breaches pre-combat. Get in with Malcolm, make a treasure. Another player with lots of mana. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Christian's got 7 cards, probably a healthy amount of interaction.
Yeah.
So what do? You know?
You go for it. Floor it.
Pedal to the metal, that's right. Play as if they have no interaction.
Make them use it. And then the next person needs to make them use it.
So we just pass, is that it? Oh no, we're gonna cast stuff, okay. There's the
Cast
breaches.
It's hard to tell when Landy passes because Krathian didn't tap anything on
Sure.
their turn.
Yeah, I wish we would have seen breaches before combat, so we could at least exile a card, but it's hard to not feel just kind of deflated by what's happening on Jonathan's board right now.
Yeah.
I think what Jonathan's board really needs more than anything is Wailanim followed by a Death Rattle Oni. I wouldn't solve all the problems, but it would solve them.
Looks like Carnathian's gonna activate Gretchen, which Jonathan activates his Gretchen over the top of twice. And we're doing
3
it again.
times.
Yeah, for good measure.
So Jonathan is going to, for the cost of tapping one of his lands, he's going to triple activate Gretchen on everyone's end step.
Yeah, I mean, basically.
Yes.
I think Carnathian resolves his, and we go to his turn. It's got 5 lands, no auras. Make that 6. We got some action.
we got another untapper. Yep.
Mhm.
We're up to 3 untappers, no auras.
Path trigger. Right on the bottom. Oh, we're gonna play another untapper, maybe. Up. End step. It's like we're activating Gretchen.
Uh, I don't see a world where Jonathan doesn't just win on next turn, but
Yeah, it's hard to see how he doesn't win this game. It's like an insurmountable number of cards here.
Yeah, there's no fighting through this. Not with commons.
Is Mind Break Trap not legal?
it is not, thankfully. Although I'd have a lot of decks to play it, so maybe I wouldn't
Yeah.
care.
I like trickery.
I wonder why
Interesting.
we waited till now for that, after he drew an extra several cards.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, point is, it's happening
Yeah.
now.
I guess
It's probably not.
This is when he's arguably lowest on mana, I guess.
Right, he's already used the Quarian
mana.
Ranger.
Yeah. So it could get the table to help. I mean, the issue is, I don't know if anyone else is gonna fight. I hope Carnathian wouldn't fight over it, but
I don't think he is. I think he's just untapping with Late Druid
Yeah,
because it's gonna die. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah, Carnathian only loses 1 untapper anyway, so getting rid of this Quarian Ranger, like, is an extra almost 2 cards a turn, maybe one and a fraction. So
and like the other untapper. I mean, every untapper is like another Gretchen activation. So
Yeah, this is gonna mark the Juniper Order Druid and the Quarian Ranger. It's gonna be something if it resolves. Jonathan
so instead
has
of going
23 cards to look
Yeah.
through to see if there's a counterspell on one of them.
instead of going 100 miles an hour, he's going to be going like
95.
75 or whatever. Yeah, it's barely. Who cares?
Still breaking the speed limit, but
Yeah.
by slightly less.
all right, what do we think about?
Which of his million cards he's going to use?
Just let it happen. I mean, if you have win in hand and protection, you just do not care about this, is my thought. Like,
That's reasonable.
Because you just want to save it all, like, for the turn. I mean, you bait a fight here, I guess, when you don't actually care about it, but you also open yourself up to the stuff you actually care about getting lost by tapping.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Memory lapse. Okay.
Fun fact, it can be just reacquired with that Relic of Progenitus that's in play.
It's true.
Let's see if Landy goes for it. Please. Huh.
On the edge of my seat.
I just want to see that happen so bad. It'd be so funny.
Yeah. Well, it's always nice to see like tight, like heads up plays like that,
Yeah. Especially at a pod where this relic is not going to do anything that
exactly
matters. So it could maybe stop a reclaim or something at some point, but it's not at its peak form here. So Oh, okay. Are we
Interesting.
about to
wow.
capsize the buyback the land?
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
Okay, now this is something
Okay,
to fight over.
that's something we're gonna fight about. I would have maybe not hit the buyback. Okay, that's safekeeping. Yeah, I don't think there's a realistic world in which this capsize resolves enough to buy back.
I
I
mean, if
think
you
that
don't have anything else, right? Like
I mean,
Arcane Denial.
oh, we're gonna
Yeah,
arcane denial the safety.
everybody, it's worth everybody pitching in on this.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be mindful, like, once this fight's over, whether or not he has the win in hand.
Yeah, I mean he still has a Rimewood Falls with an aura on it.
Yeah.
We're gonna dispel the arcane denial, and we're gonna be completely tapped out.
Yeah.
Jonathan is out of ways to interact, and
Okay.
Tonus
Spell
Balonus is coming in with a spell pierce.
So this is like the perfect situation. Like everybody pitches in like one piece of interaction. It's kind of where you want to be as far as like a 3v1. Like everybody's still able
And
to.
and the capsize resolved with buyback.
Ugh.
Nicely done, Carnathian.
All right, that's gonna reset this. It's gonna go a long way
Sure.
to bringing things back to a reasonable state. I mean, granted,
Yeah.
like
Eh.
Jonathan still has nine cards in hand, but
Reasonable's a word. I don't know if it's what I would use, but
I think not being able to activate Gretchen 15 times a turn cycle is reasonable.
I think Jonathan still very easily just untaps and wins.
Yes, no, absolutely. I mean,
You got 3 pieces of interaction, and yeah, you lost your land, but you still have one that taps for 2. So, I believe. I mean, that was as good as it could be for the other people.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, he still has a huge edge. It's just not like insurmountable anymore.
Yeah. I mean, there's a chance that Okay.
Again, 5.
Cast Lorien revealed.
Draw 3. I love it.
How do all of these players know about the secret mode? Who
told them?
told everyone?
Ankylosaur got very excited about that capsize.
That was a good capsize. I'm excited about it too.
It was a good one. But that, I mean, I think they all kind of navigate it really well. Just like kind of waited to the point where he'd have the least amount of resources to fight against it, and just kind of go for it then.
Yeah.
So now the question of does Landy before Jonathan gets an untap, does Landy relic the electricity back in the hand and spend a couple treasures to make it happen?
Probably would if I was him. Now that everyone's tapped out.
I also would, but the thing is, it doesn't stop free. Like, I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah, it doesn't stop a freed from the real because his one untapper is still on.
All right, so we're wizard cycling, and
How?
there's already a
With
plus
what
1
mana?
Oh, he just used Quirion Ranger to untap Voyaging and.
Oh, I see.
He just said it probably instead of doing all the tap untap actions.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Graph Mage is gonna be able to untap the.
Yeah, you just need 1 more mana.
Yeah.
Producing aura on that land, which
What are the odds he's got one of those?
Yeah, after drawing like 20 cards, I don't think that's too unlikely.
So yeah, I mean hitting the Electricity. I guess it doesn't.
It doesn't hit the things that you want it to hit.
Yeah,
right?
it doesn't
the Voyaging Satyr's the thing.
Right.
You cost him between 2 and 4 mana of interaction, I guess, but I don't think that's.
After all that, it feels a little bit unfair that he still gets a card for turn. Like watching him pick up a card during his draw phase, I'm like, no, I think you've done enough. Okay, yeah, there's the land aura.
Yeah, all right. What you got,
So
table?
Now, nothing.
Bring it.
Okay. Yeah, tap Rhinewood Falls for Vigian Graph Mage.
Yeah, you're gonna get your query and ranger activation in here too.
I like to see this after the clever conjurer debacle of 24.
Yeah,
I do love seeing, put a bunch of mana in the stack and then put spells onto the stack. It seems like the maneuver.
it's way more fun too because you get to mess with dice. And, you just get to touch more things. Like you move more objects around.
Yeah,
That's fun. Derek gets
Right.
it.
I absolutely do.
2 green and a blue for Fijian Graph Mage. Soul Bond with Voyaging Satyr.
It's not quite how that works, but
I said what I said.
Sort of how it works. I mean, you got the spirit. I'll give you that.
Yeah. I mean, I can't read, but I know what happens when I see those pictures on the table. I'm pretty sure it's Soul Bond. Deprive the Graph Mage.
Two mana. Arcane Denial.
Arcane Denial. I don't think Carnathian's gonna.
I don't think it has anything to do.
Yeah.
But Tony might.
Carnathian might have a daze, but
True.
Possible.
we are very far from that match.
Arcane Denial.
The Arcane
Denial. Target the Arcane Denial. Negate the Arcane Denial.
Mind Break Trap.
Yeah, get him.
I opened 2 of those at the OTJ pre-release.
That's a pretty good day. I assume.
Is it?
I think so. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know anything about Mind Break Traps.
That was the first time that card got reprinted, so it was pretty pricey before.
Deal, yeah.
They're 15 a piece. There you go. You got your entry back probably. All right, still have all these. Counterspell.
Oh no. Yeah,
Yep.
all right.
That's it.
Jonathan
Gretchen
has
wins.
Yep.
Nice.
Rest in peace, all those channel points I spent on not Gretchen.
And for all you naysayers, Gretchen 2, aka Jonathan, was the lowest picked outcome. So someone's going to get a feast of points right now. Let's see. It was ... Lil Red, Lotad, and Potestus split in the pot. So, but yeah. So
That's it.
we did it. Gretchen, still very good. Who would have thought?
Yep. Who'd have think it?
Yeah.
Ever since that urban burgeoning, it just went out of control.
Yeah. Yeah. The urban burgeoning once it got to 4 mana, like the extra 2-3 turns of just drawing a card each turn just snowballed completely out of hand.
Yep.
So, drawing cards is good.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
That was a lot to have happen.
Lots of interaction though. I mean,
yeah,
it was a little late,
stack stuff,
but it was there. So, but yeah, well, congratulations.
Do the channel points help feed my family? No. No, they do not.
No, but we can look into that.
What you can do is highlight a message.
Yeah, you can highlight your message. But yeah, so congratulations to Jonathan. We'll figure out whatever token he's gonna make. If you want to get a chance to get your hands on him, join the Patreon, or just play it in games and report them in the sanctuary, and you can be entered to win them in giveaways too. So, yeah, what what are closing thoughts from the team? How do we feel about that? Thoughts, takeaways.
Uh,
All the excitement I had at the beginning of the tournament about how diverse the pool of decks was evaporated when I saw
Oh
the
my God.
finals. And yeah, this is what happens, and that's fine.
I mean,
Yeah,
in
I mean,
fairness, if you
Gretchen hasn't won a sanctuary before, so we can add her to the list of all the sanctuary commanders.
yeah.
I mean,
It just snowballed. I mean, coming into it, it's a perfectly fine matchup. It's just like things just kind of broke his way in a pretty major capability. So, I mean, that can happen. There was still a lot of really great stuff that happened there in that game. A lot of really cool interactions, some good stack stuff, an enormous cap size. You'll have to see that stuff. It's all really cool. It was a shame, we didn't get to see Vol and Candlekeep or Vol and Shadow Thieves do a little bit more.
yeah. I mean, in the argument against you on the diversity thing, we had all the way through 12th place was at 5 points. Half of the top 4 was at 6 points. And there was some spike. There was, Sphinx Summoner. There was Mystic Enforcer. There was Hollow Marauder. There's Mayhem Devil. There's a Bear. Like
A lot of decks got wins today.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't think it
It
was.
was a really fun tournament to watch, and I mean, walking to the finals expecting a lot of interaction, that was also interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it definitely just burgeoning
Yeah.
into one player's favor, like catastrophically in a way that no one could recover from pretty early. So the interaction was there, not enough.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Hank tried his mediumist.
But yeah.
Hive tried their best. Apparently it still wasn't great, but they tried.
I
appreciate you trying your best, Hive. That was good.
I just like
Good
that
showing.
Hive is highlighting all of their messages now. So
Yeah.
putting those points
I
to
mean-
use.
I mean, they're not. They can't be exchanged for food, so you might as well highlight everything.
Yeah. But
Yeah. No, it was a good tournament. I liked it. Good turnout.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff.
Good day.
yeah.
Glad I am despite all my theatrical naysaying. I'm glad to see Gretchen on the list of tournament winners. Like it's cool to me that we now have 5 tournament winners and all of them are different.
Yeah.
So like I know that Gretchen has won a variety of other tournaments in the past. Like I'm glad to put it on the board for a sanctuary. I know that must be a very very proud moment for Bobby. I think I would have been more irritated if it was a Malcolm win, because then Malcolm goes up twice, and like unless Malcolm had won with someone else's freed, that would have been dope.
I would have been very
and
happy with that. That would have been
then-
hilarious. So
Like we joked about having to make copy tokens for something. Like you at that point you have to literally make a freed from the real
Copy
copy
joking.
token. No more joking.
I never joke about that.
No, it's time for serious business. Yeah, now we're gonna get an Australian token, which I think means that the art is gonna be upside down, if I understand geography correctly.
yeah, I think so.
And yeah, and it's gonna be a copy of Gretchen, and it's just Gretchen but upside down.
Yeah.
And I, as a patron, I'm really looking forward to receiving mine in the mail.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Well, I want to thank you guys both for spending your day commentating with me, helping out. I appreciate it. Liam, I think you're here now too. So thank you for judging, especially during some of those earlier, more trying situations with fun tech difficulties. So hopefully you earned your keep today, Liam. Good work. So but yeah, thanks to everyone who also who played. Thanks to